Are these some of the questions that keep constantly running in your mind whenever you are about to start something new in life? Like, what the first question that usually crops up is, what is it that people will think of me if I do this? Will my family support me? What if this is not the right thing? What if I end up making the wrong choice in my life? What if, so many what ifs in life, right? Well, if you are someone who has so many doubts, so many what ifs running in your mind, preventing you, stopping you from doing what is it that you really want to do in life, then this video is just for you. Hi, I'm Kavita Manivannan, a life transformation expert and a confidence coach, having worked with thousands of people globally. Well, most of us, whenever we are about to do something new, usually our resistance just comes up to the surface and it goes chattering about, really scaring the hell out of us. Today, what I want to talk about is how do you deal with this inner voice and these resistances that keep surfacing every time we are about to take the next step and do something important in life. And so many times, these doubts are also genuine. It's not as if they are not real. But if we don't handle them right, then they will win over you instead of you winning over the doubts. There are two kinds of doubts. One is the internal doubt, which we have within ourselves. This is self-doubt. And the other one is the external doubt. So what is the internal doubt? The internal doubt is the inner fear that keeps stemming up from within ourselves. The first one is the internal fears, the self-doubt. The language of self-doubt is, am I good enough? Who am I to do this? There are so many people who are doing this or have been doing this for years on end. Will I be ever able to get good at this? What happens is we start comparing ourselves, the first step that we take, with the 50th step of somebody. Meaning like the first chapter of ours to the 10th chapter of somebody. So naturally, if they have been there for so long, they would be good at it. No, this is more like a self-sabotage which we do to ourselves. Instead of working on our competency and growing and evolving, what we do is self-sabotage here. We just disqualify ourselves and say that, oh, I'm not good enough, and very comfortably step back. So what if instead you are able to think that you take this as a feedback and start working on that particular area where you have some lack and then start improving and getting better at whatever it is that you want to do. Always remember that a 9th grader can teach an 8th grader and an 8th grader can teach a 7th grader. It's not as if immediately you can go and teach somebody who's doing masters or a PhD, right? So remember, in life, there's always going to be somebody who knows a little less than you and you will be able to help them out. So every time that you have this question cropping up in your mind, which says, who am I to do this? Ask yourself, reverse the question and ask yourself, who am I not to do this? Now, as a coach, what happens? I can always ask myself, who am I to teach? And I have. Now, who am I not to teach is something I tell myself as well. Again, my mentor guided me to do this when I propped up this question with her. She said, who are you not to teach? Because naturally, all your coaches and mentors can't fly down from where they are and teach the whole world, right? They have to be somebody who's passing things on. And it always happens. Now, if you are in this space watching this video, it means that there is something about my vibes that has attracted you into this space. Similarly, like we are all get attracted to people with whom our values and our vibes match. So what happens is there will always be somebody who's attracted to what is it that you teach, your style of teaching, and always be there. Now there are so many actors around, right? There is a different set of fan following for George Clooney. There is a different set of fan following for Richard Gere and different for Tom Cruise, whatever, right? So everyone has their own fan following. So there is enough room and space for everyone. You have to go out there and do whatever it is that you want to do and give the best at it and stop focusing on yourself. Whenever there is nervousness that crops up within you, that means you're focusing on yourself. Instead, shift the focus to the client. Think and see what is that value that I can give my client. What is the service I can give my client? And shift the focus to the client and see how is it that you can learn. Today, the knowledge is just available everywhere at the press of a button. All you have to do is just learn and improve and offer your service to the client. Elizabeth Gilbert, she very beautifully said, take doubt and fear and put them in the backseat of your car. They will be there as constant passengers in your vehicle all through life. We are never going to get out of it. If one doubt is cleared, then something else will crop up. That's how life is. Everyone is going to have doubt and fear as your constant passengers all through life. That's a given. But how do we tackle it and then move on and get on doing with whatever it is that we want to do is what will help us get ahead in life. We can treat doubt and fear like those guests, we're really not very happy. They come when they visit us and, they come and create all the negative vibes and then we start getting uncomfortable. But what happens is, we are also really intelligent enough to know that all that they say is not true. They're just going to come here, disturb our peace of mind for a bit and they are moving. But we will not let what they say and do sit in our heads and spoil our entire day or the next few days, right? Similarly, just treat doubt and fear like those guests who you're not comfortable with. They will come there for some time, maybe sit in your mind, but then you get the better of it and eliminate it and get going with whatever it is that you want to do. Believe that I can learn, I can improve, and I can get going with what I want to do. Now, to talk about the external fears, those are fears that are not in our control, definitely. Like suppose I'm a student and I want to go abroad and do my studies, and I could be wondering about what the culture could be like. Are the people warm and receptive there and things like that? Those are all dependent on other factors that are beyond our control. Internal fears are more powerful and stronger because they are sitting right within us in our head. So we have to work on eliminating them and get going with life. Fears. Now, as far as fears is concerned, fear is actually false experiences appearing real. Fear of the unknown, rather we could say, because we are afraid of things that may or may not happen, because we start imagining that it could happen like this and start allowing fear to sit in our head. When we have the power to imagine, then why not imagine something good, something better happening, right? So that's a good way of dealing with your fears. Whenever you have fear cropping up, try and reverse it to imagine something good happening instead of something negative happening by doing something. I hope this helped those of you who wanted me to talk about doubts and fears and how they keep stopping you from doing what you want to do and progressing in life. So if you found this of value, I'm going to ask you to click on that like button and subscribe button. And if you want to go deep and learn more about what are those so many other things that are stopping you and acting as obstacles, preventing you from reaching where you want to go in life, then I'm going to invite you to sign up for the masterclass, register, and I'll see you back there. Until then, take care and loads of love. Bye-bye. See ya.